Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, we have some spoilers in chat. That's perfectly fine.
What?
Yeah. So
Wait, huh?
in the last episode of Ace Attorney, Phoenix actually goes and he looks at the judge. He's just like, "It's lawyer time," and then he goes goblin mode. He just fucking flies around the courtroom, tearing up everything.
No. We can't
Crazy
have
shit.
that bad whatchamahoo's. The reviews the
Oh.
second time. We can't have the bad reviews the second time.
Yes, lawyering is a real word, and they say it a lot in law school.
They constantly say it's lawyer in time, as Dylan has just stated.
No, they don't say that.
This is confirmed.
How
This
do
is
they say
true.
lawyering in well, I get Craig open.
This
in
is
here.
good lawyering. This is bad lawyering.
Really? That sounds
Yes.
so like weird, doesn't it?
No, not to me. I've heard it every day for years.
/ join. Yeah, so many years. You've been in there for so many years. Can you believe that it's over?
Now
Dylan?
recording.
You're at the end.
Yo. So, I heard the word on the street was you guys are talking about that bar exam.
Oh yes, last night
were.
we were.
All right. Hey. So, the bar exam. You know, it really sounds like it's just one exam, but it's actually essentially 1, 2, 3, 4 exams, but like in a row, over 2 days. So it's not 100 like 4 paragraph long multiple choice questions. It's 200. And then it's not 1 essay, it's not 2 essays, it's not 3, not 4, not 5, but 6 essays in a row, back to 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 back. And then after all that, there's something called the MPT. But there's 3 of them. So really it's the 3
The 3 PTs.
What those are? Those
Easy.
are, they give you fake law, like statutes and cases,
Oh.
and they give you like a fake scenario and a fake client, and they have like a fake interview with that client and like a bunch of different facts and shit, and then they're like, "Here, my new law hire, go write this memorandum, or go like write a client letter, etc. Like based on the facts." And so it's like doing a little bit of actual lawyering, but obviously it's all hypothetical. It's like fake.
Hypothetical lawyering.
Yeah, so you're supposed to like read
Hypo-lawyering.
the law, synthesize,
lawyering.
analyze.
Yeah, well, he's done a lot of practice lawyering. I think we're past practice lawyering.
Yeah. That's the thing. So all of this, it's a matter not of intelligence, but of extreme effort and diligence. Like a ridiculous amount.
How
So,
much of the
if you-
health bar?
If you do nothing but for 3 months study, you could probably pass it, even if you don't think you're that smart. It's really a matter of hard work and effort. So yeah, you could be a really bad person. You could immediately like stop trying after you do the bar, and then screw people's lives over. But to get barred,
You
have
could
to
be
go through all
Von
this
Karma.
stuff. Oh, I'm sure he
See,
was a good
Von Karma.
know the law guy.
Von Karma definitely knew the law because he could manipulate it in the way that he did, right? He was, like, corrupt in not a way where he wanted to, like, screw people over. He wanted to snuff out crime so bad that everyone was guilty, right? Like, that was the whole... everyone was guilty. But yes, Dylan, how much of your confidence health bar does each question cost?
It's more like there's a sanity health bar. And every time you answer a question, it just goes down a little bit.
Already.
Nice, Canadian. Yeah, so then there's a uniform bar exam where if you take it and you do really well, you could just kind of become a lawyer in multiple states just with one task.
The fancy amount of states.
Yeah.
2.6. Again, yeah, if you spend literally 3 months just studying and doing nothing else with your life, you could probably pass the bar. It's all memorization. I mean, I answered a bar question correct that Dylan put in the Discord chat. If you guys want to be
nice.
part of Dylan's bar escapades, you can go over to the map in Discord and read his disclaimer because it's very important. We're very professional here. And join the group chat where he talks about all his fun lawyering stuff, mainly the bar exam prep related things. And you can answer bar questions yourself. And I got one right, so, you know, I could pass the bar. No, I
Nice.
couldn't pass the bar. I think I would
I
want
don't
to
know
die.
why anyone
You
would
could pass
want.
one part of the bar.
I don't know why
One
anyone
question.
wants to subject themselves to learning about the bar exam, but hey,
Oh,
if
but
you're
people
interested.
do. People have joined. And, you know,
I
you're
know.
all here for Ace Attorney stuff, so maybe you will.
Well,
but
that's
let's
totally different.
get into it. We're gonna
Yes,
load
let us
this. We're gonna go
Have
jump
some fun. have a
straight
good
back into court.
time.
Try to. We're about to hear another testimony from Adrian Andrews. Okay, I barely remember what we're talking about at this point. If I'm being completely and utterly honest.
So we were talking about.
Well,
Crap.
we're gonna hear what we're talking about as I
That-
get to start with a not Phoenix voice for one of the first times in a long time.
Oh
Let us
man,
see.
what a occasion!
Yeah, very interesting. I hope that both you and Dylan have all your water. This is the time, because this is the time where, like, I'm talking, okay?
I have
So-
tea. I'm set.
If you need it, Dylan,
What's the voice? Is it Edgeworth?
I feel like it might be Edgeworth.
It's gotta be Edgeworth.
Yeah, we're all
It's
here
either
for the
that
Edgeworth
or,
voice.
It's
Yeah,
Mo.
you think? It is. Yeah, it is. It definitely is. It's the Edgeworth
No, it's
voice.
Mo. It's Mo.
It's not Mo. Alright.
It's definitely not Mo.
Okay. Oh gosh, I have to remember how to do her. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what. And he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course. The button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. Ooh, interesting.
Oh.
Okay, we were talking about... We don't need the lore. Half of us only barely know what's going on, Grenade. Jumping in the middle of court is rough. That's all I'm gonna say.
This does account for everything.
Does it? Well,
Oh yeah, you don't remember last time? Clearly it accounts for everything.
I am the logical type, after all. I keep forgetting it's her. Like this. Now.
Every time it's like a shock to you.
Startling. Because I'm not thinking about it. And it's just all there.
And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, you're here.
Yep.
Hi.
Like this. In this form.
We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defense can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling.
What?
Please, keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright.
Why do you do this to me? I just want to press.
You're the judge's favorite. So
Am
that
I
means
the
he gives you a hard time.
No, I don't think that's how it works. I'm supposed to get leniency as the favorite. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite end of the scale again. That just means I have to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Oh, how the turns I will table. Success.
Table those turns. Okay.
I mean, I feel like I want to press this. Why do you... Well, I guess
Yeah,
she
why-
says it later.
well-
This, I want to do this.
Okay,
this
why?
one's important. This one, I definitely want to
If
press.
just to have a refresher would be nice.
So, you say this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference?
Oh, the hotel was picked too?
Apparently. Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's beloved Matt on Guard. Interesting.
And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews?
Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. What? Why are you doing this? But I'm sure Mr. On Guard himself didn't know anything about the prep conference. The press conference.
Oh,
The
my
prep
lord.
conference.
I heard pref.
Oh, whatever. The whatever. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Tap! Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony.
Yes, I agree. Miss Andrews, please correct your testimony, if you please. I said it twice, that means you have to.
Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? Okay. I know what his motive was, but I don't have any... How does that help me? Do I press that now? I feel like when we add stuff...
I would press that.
Just press it if you don't know.
It's still very vague.
Alright. Hold it! Has Mr. Ungard done something to hurt or betray you personally?
No, I'm just a bitch.
Why do you ask?
You can't do that.
Why wouldn't we ask?
You were the one who helped Senor Corrida with his press conference. Point! And at that event... No, I'm sorry. And that event was supposed to bring down Mr. Ungard, yet you still helped out. Ooh, here's the voice grenade.
Oh, finally. Objection. The person on trial right now is Mr. Ungard, right? What the witness was thinking? Helping the victim with his plan?
We do stand. I stand.
Is none of our concern.
I stand both Dylan and Edgeworth. It works out.
In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill.
Why do I keep doing this to myself? Oh, I thought when the health bar came back, I was shook. I was so concerned.
Ori's heart just
so concerned.
Stopped.
I literally, the health bar came back and I was like, they were gonna do it. He didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time. I thought he was sleeping. Didn't we say that he was sleeping? Didn't we find out he was sleeping or something?
That's what I thought, but where's the evidence?
Tap! But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. Ungard was point, taking a nap in his room? Ooh, look, it's all coming back to me. Big brain moments. Are you telling me now that that too was a lie, so you could cover for Mr. Ungard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I don't watch him sleep, as I was too busy setting up the stage at the time.
I keep trying, but I can find no flaws with what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however.
The judge is glaring straight at Mia. Mia Earl.
No.
He's glaring at you, smart guy.
Oh, definitely not.
Don't blame me. I'm just here to get you and my sister's butts out of trouble.
I don't like this one because isn't her whole thing that she supplied the costume to Juan? So, like, I don't understand. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, the button and the knife. But we've talked about both the button and the knife, so I'm gonna press that. Hold it! Tap! You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then, what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jammin' Ninja's costume.
You're talking about this button, correct?
But the button is bloodied, and he wasn't stabbed until after. So, I don't know. That button was found in the pleats of Matt's hakama. Isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence.
Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright.
No, what? Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Point, please fix your testimony. Alright, we keep fixing the testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. He's not defeated yet! I'm not defeated yet! Thank goodness Mia can still look at me.
With an icy stare, yes.
No.
Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony.
During the
Okay.
fight with Matt. I want to just look at the court record. I don't want to actually present
Yeah,
anything.
let's refresh our memories.
The thing is, it has...
Be bloody.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm, like, concerned about.
I feel like this is another, like, and it's because I literally just saw it today. I feel like this may be another shoe incident with the blood on the bottom of the shoe, you
Because
know?
you just watched the video.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the length of the pants thing, Mars, huh?
No!
We didn't just watch that one.
Oh, no, I don't know.
What about... Not these. What does it say about how he died? Did he die from stabbing?
Let's
I think
double
it
check
says he
that,
died
actually.
from
It's been a
dying.
while.
Yeah.
Oh, see, okay. He was strangled and then stabbed, right? Remember, so the knife was inserted after death, right? So the button thing couldn't have happened during the fight.
The button could not have been torn off during the fight because it
Yeah,
has the
because
blood.
he was strangled to death, right?
Now, do we present the
I
autopsy or the
think we
button?
present the autopsy report.
Okay, because there's the contradiction.
I think that's the contradiction. Yeah. So this says that the button was torn off during his fight with Matt on guard. So this is what we're gonna present. Present objection.
Music stop!
Oh, this is the victim's autopsy report. It clearly states that the cause of death was strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation.
Right. Why do we care what article of clothing he was strangled by?
It was a muffler in the muffler with the muffler.
In your car!
It was to silence Juan Corrida. The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died.
And what does that mean?
Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which would mean that it was ripped off the costume when... There it is.
After the knife was stabbed to the victim.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, which means... Tap! It's impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle. Because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. That doesn't cause blood. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. Tap. Point. This button was consciously pulled off the victim's already dead body. Ooh, alright, we're getting there, Phoenix. Let's go.
Order, what is the mean? Hey!
Tap. What is the meaning of this, right?
Edgeworth, please, let the judge speak.
So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died?
Then it wasn't caught in the Hakama accidentally. It was fucking planted. What do you not understand, Edgeworth? You're
How
smart.
does that change?
Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, he said Mr. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve?
What purpose?
We know now. This button was not torn off during the fight. So the murderer took the time and effort to purposefully rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Oh,
Or
you're
he was
putting
a
it
grabby
together.
boy.
He wanted a souvenir from Juan
Yeah.
Corrida.
He refused to give me an autograph.
It was Miss Old Bag. She was hired to murder him, but she needed a little something to remember him by.
Amazing. Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do with this button?
See? To have a memento! It's right there! No, it's to pin the crime on guard, obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
Occam's razor, people. Occam's razor.
Tap! And I press the right button! There is only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. On Guard. There's no way anyone would put a bloody button in their own pants.
Oh, Phoenix.
It's just, we've said Hakama so many times, Phoenix. Why couldn't you call it Hakama? Or costume again? Just the way...
It's just something about the word pants changes the meaning.
It's always like the, if you have a book title, right? You can make it, like, silly by adding in your pants or in my pants after any book title, right?
It really is the same logic.
It's the same logic. That's right! Mr. Unguard was set up. By the real killer, of course. Which he might have hired, but I don't really care about that at this point.
And the real murderer is...
Oh no?
Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then?
Ooh, Finally! Oh no. I can't
to the
believe...
Shadow Realm.
I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point in one day.
Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end.
The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. Unguard is...
I think we're saying Adrian.
I feel like we're saying Adrian. I don't feel like there's another option. I think that's the only option, Dylan.
Go back to the previous page 1 sec.
It ain't any of these people.
I don't think it's literally anyone on this page, so it's
I think it has to be Adrian, because she's dead, so those are the only options. Key to present.
Maybe we can vote to kick her out.
Take that! Tap! Miss Andrews, you've been voted off the island! Point! I choose you! Go!
Gotta
Adrian
blame
Andrews.
them all! Gotta blame them all!
You are Senor Corrida's killer! What? What?
Order! Order! Mr. Wright! This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence that supports your charge? What have we been doing the last half hour?
Yeah, I don't know. Any evidence? Tap! Oh god. I breathed wrong.
Oh no!
My body did not want to do that. Okay.
Don't do that!
Tap! All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. What? How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care? I mean, dare to test me? Then, what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. Unguard, naturally. The knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. Point! And the only one who had dinner with him and knew which knife to take, Tap, was you! Tisk! Oh, that's a weird...
Objection! Mr. Wright, someone could have chosen the correct knife 50% of the time. So really, it's just a lucky kidnapper.
Then, what about the button? that was found in Matt's hakama in his pants. This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. Ungard was the real killer, tap! Point, there's no way he would have put such incriminating evidence on his own hakama. Well, he is really, really dumb. The only person who could have put this button into Mr. Ungard's hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap. Point, which is you yet again, Miss Andrews. It really does all point to her, but I think it's not her, and we just have to do this.
I see. What about the empty guitar case?
Tap! That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled from the crime scene. Now, who could have known that there was such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. Tap! And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. Wow, it's really all pointing to this whole thing. No,
She's crying.
Ooh,
I
she's
feel
having-
bad for her.
Ooh.
Objection. Tap. But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time.
Oh my goodness.
That's right.
No, that's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So, to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. Tap! She's obviously cold and calculating. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that, yes, indeed, point, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. And to top it all off, there is this photo of the short shorts, the pain
And the
of the
pants still
pain
make me laugh.
of the most pain I have ever felt.
The biggest betrayal this year.
Top
Do not,
continue.
Mars,
Video games betrayals.
do not bring this back up. I will go
I'm not.
round
I'm
two.
not.
I will go round two.
I
Fight! Oh my God. I can't wait to edit it because I also have a very strong suspicion that we did actually mention the pants when we first saw the photo. Oh.
I'm sure we did.
Why would we mention the pants? We were conditioned so painstakingly to disregard them, of course.
I have like this memory.
Right, Mars?
I have this memory of us going like, oh, they actually trimmed the pants to a reasonable length. But we shall see. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on Earth can believe this nickel samurai is Mr. Ungard. Point, he would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Like we thought Mr. Powers was. Oh.
Shut up.
Speaking of how tall people are. What? Speaking of how tall people are, I think in height.
Ring.
Yeah, no. Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? Can we get you next to the lineup thing? Please, stop.
She looks so sad. Stop it.
Tap! Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time! Oh no, I'm so concerned.
Miss Andrews?
I refuse to testify. What was that? Oh, are we gonna Fifth Amendment? Are we gonna Fifth
pulled out
Amendment?
the rule book again?
Are we gonna Fifth Amendment?
Well, actually, the Fifth Amendment is the law, and she also waived her right. No, I'm just gonna keep going.
Yeah, you can't retract after a certain point, right? You can't do it in the middle.
If you're a witness and not a defendant, it's a little different.
Okay, well, she's not the defendant. There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Dylan,
They literally... Okay, plot
Okay,
twist.
this is the
Go on.
most sus thing ever.
Hold on. This game takes place in the year 1786, where the Bill of Rights was just ratified midway through the trial. And so that's why, all of a sudden, in this arc and in no other arcs, nor will it happen ever again in the future, did they bring up the Fifth Amendment.
She does realize by saying this, like, this is super freaking sus, right?
So, is it sus? In reality, yes. Is it sus legally? No. Even if you're innocent, you can invoke the Fifth Amendment.
But can you do it in the middle after you are like essentially stating that you lied at this point? Like,
on the one hand, typically no. On the other hand, if you don't know you could be charged criminally for something, and you realize midway through that you're like the target of something, it's possible.
Birthday Cake, so far in the games that we have seen, so essentially all of Ace Attorney, Phoenix
this has
Wright,
never happened,
and
I suspect it won't happen again.
Yeah, Justice for All. This is the only time this has happened.
Wait. We'll put a pin in that. Technically, a weird version of it was brought up.
Well, Gantz was
Damon
different,
Gantz.
though.
Gantz was different. It wasn't the Fifth Amendment at all.
It was just, he didn't have to testify.
His was just
he was,
bizarre.
like, exempt for, like, being the police chief. I don't remember why.
I really don't like Bite Seek Sniffer. Alright. Maybe it's used again.
Okay. It says... Law School for Dummies, Rule 1 and 2, exactly.
No,
of evidence law.
In real life, it's just like, there's some law, I think, that means I don't have to testify about this. And the judge is like, which one? And she's like, shit. She's gotta quickly do a multiple choice and figure it out.
It is Jeopardy now, you know, what is, the Fourth Amendment?
Amendment
Wrong,
1,
you have to
2,
testify
3,
now.
4 or 5. And she's like,
Is
it
that
3?
your
Because
final
no,
answer?
Sorry. That was no quartering soldiers in your home in time of peace. Looks like you've lost your privilege.
Testify. Oh my god. That is true, Pastry Puff. That is exactly it. When they try. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Sass. I stand sassily.
Well, yes.
Technically.
You are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews.
On a technicality.
Your Honor, we constantly fly in the face of the Fifth Amendment. Why stop now?
Your Honor, we constantly fly in the face of the entire Constitution. Why start now?
Well, literally.
There we go, see?
The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves.
Sounds like a skill issue, Your Honor.
I worry
does.
that the answer to this is that we're gonna make her testify, right? Because we're gonna try really, really hard to get her to confess so that we get that guilty verdict and we save Maya. But I'm concerned that she is gonna confess, but it's not to the actual murder, right? Like, she's not worried about testifying and incriminating herself of being the killer. She's worried about testifying and incriminating herself for some other crime that we don't know about yet. That's what I'm concerned about. What? I've never heard of this! When did that happen?
Didn't you study law?
Yo!
We've been joking the whole time that Phoenix never went to law school. He just picked up an attorney's badge one day.
This motherfucker.
I have never been more convinced that that is the case than this line right here.
Edgeworth has just been gaslighting Phoenix all day, every day, and he's just believed him.
No! because
No,
it
no,
what makes
Phoenix,
it
you're
worse.
guilty if you invoke the fifth. You just have to testify.
What makes
Tell your
it
clients.
worse? What makes it so much worse is there's two things. One is Phoenix thinks that everybody's so stupid to not even think about it, and two, all of his experiences are literally with people like mainly Edgeworth being like, "Yep, it was me. I'm guilty, bitches. Like, let's go. Like self-incrimination central right here, right now."
Yeah.
You know, freaking Lana. We're just all going self-incrimination. If those two really smart prosecutors were like, we're not gonna plead the fifth, I can understand why Phoenix was like, nobody would ever think
right,
of that.
well,
They're all
Lana
idiots.
literally was trying to sabotage herself. Okay?
That is
so
very
doesn't
true.
count.
That is.
And
also
Edgeworth
true.
just had such a guilty conscience in the end, and was
Edgeworth
probably
had
really
trauma.
really
And
gaslit
he was
manipulated.
like, I must be punished for it.
Gaslight gatekeep girl bossed by Von Karma for like 15 years, so you know. Whew.
This poor man.
Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Unguard's room. What, ooh, Dylan?
You guys don't understand the top-tier tactics that Phoenix Wright is employing. You see, it might look like he's being really bad at being a lawyer, okay? However, what he's actually doing is being really bad at being a lawyer on purpose, as a strategic weapon, such that if he loses, which, let's be honest, he probably will, he's allowed to say, Your Honor, ineffective assistance of counsel. My client was deprived of their due process rights. They get to have a new trial all over again.
Yeah, but then that goes against what the killer is threatening him
No,
with.
but no,
How to
the
do it
killer
today.
just said get Matt on guard off, and that's what he's doing right now. He's already gotten Matt on guard off. Now he has to indict Adrian Andrews without fully putting her in jail for his own moral purposes. These are the big brains. Dylan's right. I have no questions. Dylan, I didn't think you'd have to break out this
literally
voice.
Yeah, me too. I forgot about her.
No!
Adrian Andrews.
Yes.
Think hard about what we just discussed. Understood?
Alright. That's it! That's when Franziska planted this idea into her head. No regular, normal person could ever think about the Fifth Amendment. It's not like I was taught it in, like, literally 5th grade or something. No, that's not what happens. This
That was
manipulative bitch of a prosecutor must have been the one to tell her. There's no other way.
See, only explanation.
That's the only explanation. She must have
Confused.
told... Go
You're
on.
saying time for Dylan to out-credential Phoenix? That was true the first day of law school.
It really was. I feel like Phoenix didn't do the bar. He did the internship route. He had to have with Mia. There's no other way. Oh my god, in this world, okay, this is what happened. Technically, he wasn't truly a defense attorney when he was first studying under Mia, right? But when she died, he inherited her bar status. And
yeah, she
that's
actually willed him her,
Yeah.
Her badge.
her badge
and the law
with
never
the
thought people would
offices
do
and
that, so they
everything.
didn't actually say you couldn't.
Ah, there you go.
It's like,
That's-
Your Honor, show me in the Constitution where it doesn't say I can do that. Hmm? And the judge is like, ah, shit, you're right.
Oh my goodness. Well, no spoilers, Steven Universe. She must have told Miss Andrews not to testify if things look bad.
You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix.
Shadow Freak. Oh my god.
But there is still one thing you haven't done.
Something I haven't done?
What's wrong, Ryan? Are you finished already? And you were just getting started. Run out of evidence?
What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth?
Squeak, 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 squeak. Oh.
What?
I'm sure you realize this as well, Your Honor.
When did the
We can
mouse
have-
enter the court?
We can have chat conversations.
But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless.
What?
I said everything you just proved is meaningless. Everything you've proved is circumstantial.
Circumstantial?
It means it's roundabout. Yes. You've yet to prove a single piece of definitive proof. Tab. Proof that Miss Andrews did in fact harbor a wish to murder Mr. Kurita. To death.
With a scarf!
Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corrida?
Objection, Your Honor! Thank you! She's pleading the fifth!
What's so beautiful about this is I
The
can
judge
literally...
has object permanence with the Constitution.
He does. But I can literally imagine Dylan
Minutes with everything.
like rolling around in his chair, freaking out with this whole, like, turning violently. I believe this may lead me to incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering.
Based. You motherfucker! Stop it!
But Miss Andrews. The fury of an IRL lawyer.
Could you imagine? You're at trial. They're on trial for murder. It's just like, so you killed him, didn't you? And the guy's like, well, I'm
I
invoking
plead
my
the
fifth.
fifth.
Yeah, I'm pleading the fifth. And it's like, all right, so I'm just gonna hand this over. This says guilty. You can just check it off yourself. The jury is watching you plead the fifth. So you sure you want to check that box?
You could definitely plead the fifth, but I will
No,
say
no.
you're looking real fucking sussy-wussy right
you
now,
look
and I don't
pretty
think anybody
good.
else is
Listen,
not gonna.
I'm just gonna say, all of my witnesses didn't plead the fifth. They all testified. Why can't you? What do you have to hide? I'm just saying.
Oh my god. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Get it off the screen.
I'm sorry. I'm dying. I need to breathe.
God.
Dylan, would you call this not even a bad court sketch of what the law really is?
This is what people think is what it means, so fair enough.
Oh, okay, damn. That's
Say-
a turnabout if I ever
exactly
said.
like a super- I was literally imagining that. The judge is like, come on, say it. You know you want to. You know how boring it is not to testify? Look, if we're talking right now, we're just talking. Come on, say a few words.
Dylan, so I wanna understand. In real life,
Yeah.
this happens, right? So we're trying Matt on guard, right? We get Adrian Andrews. I accuse her, I guess, because that's the thing of being whatever, right? So thus, the jury, the judge, not guilty on Matt on
totally
guard,
lost me.
right?
I have no idea what's going on. Your
Okay.
hypothetical is.
This trial happens, right? It's the trial of Matt on guard. Matt on guard
Uh-huh.
is found not guilty. During the trial, Adrian
Okay.
Andrews pleads the fifth for my line of questioning about her being
Okay.
the actual murderer.
Sure.
Can we then have Edgeworth, like, arrest her, like, indict her, and then we try her for her actual crime?
Of course.
Okay.
There's nothing stopping him.
So that's what
In
would
fact,
happen.
if she says a bunch of shit and she doesn't plead the fifth, what she says is able to be used as evidence. And so
Damn.
she should be really cautious because she might literally incriminate herself. So you should plead the fifth. Even if you're innocent, by the way. If evidence might make it look like you did do the crime, you can still plead the fifth.
Birthday cake, you are very wrong. I do not want jury duty. I don't think there's anybody I don't think there's a single sane
Sorry.
person in this world who wants jury
I can
duty.
guarantee you a way to never be serving on a jury the rest of your life. You could just truthfully say, I'll explain later. Long
Yeah,
story
tell-
short,
tell-
as long as you explain that you can't be
Unbiased.
fair and
Yeah.
impartial, then they will immediately strike you. So,
Perfect. Amazing.
and because you're in a relationship with me and you really do, you actually like me, which is, bizarre.
Surprising, I know. Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy concept.
But it would have biased you. Bada bing, bada
Yeah,
boom.
this is I have all the secrets. There
Yeah.
you go. Maybe so, or maybe not. There is nothing to prove either way. You cannot trick me like this, Judge. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence.
That's shit. Fuck. I love that. In this world of flipping the Fifth Amendment, she's flipping it back on him.
No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. I'm upset that she's not an idiot. Mia, what do we do when the witness is not stupid? How do you deal with this?
She held up a Uno reverse card, and now I can't.
Mia, my witness is too smart. I'm not.
I will tell you, once you have a smart client or a smart witness, well, you've landed in the worst possible situation. You really want your witness to be stupid. You want someone
Give her
like
brain
Matt on
damage.
guard. Let me be honest with you.
Yes.
I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time.
I really, really, really want to have witness Matt on guard, where he just has to call everybody every time. You ask him any question. Oh, let me just get my manager. Let me just call the police.
Guys, my manager just plugged the fifth, and now I don't know what to say.
Miss Adrian Andrews, has refused to testify.
Even though we asked her nicely.
And the defense's theory that she is the actual murderer is looking more true since she's saying she doesn't want to testify, but it has not been fully substantiated with solid, definitive proof.
This is the most logical thing you've ever said, Judge. Just saying.
And yet.
Yeah,
how
everyone's
We're
having
supposed
an
to not
off
like
day
it.
today. Why are people in court smart? Is it opposite day?
It's opposite day. But that's not true! Phoenix, please.
In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do.
Granted for a third day.
No, this is still the first day.
This is still the
Granted
first
for a
day.
second day.
Yep.
And that is to declare a recess.
Recess?
I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter. In 15 minutes. Good luck.
Nope.
And at tomorrow's trial.
Tomorrow's trial? Tomorrow? We don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Hold it! Tap! Please, wait, Your Honor! That's not necessary! The trial! Point! Please continue the trial!
What are you sweating for? It's not because of me, is it? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he?
That's not what I care about. That's not it! It isn't about that! Tap! Point! Edgeworth! I know you know who the real killer is! Please!
My prescience isn't a matter of your concern.
Let the trial continue! For me, if I don't get the verdict, then Maya pleads with puppy dog eyes.
You're saying this in
whoa.
court, Phoenix?
I'm whispering this over to Edgeworth. Stage whisper over to Edgeworth. Tears in my
But
eyes.
it's impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now then, this court is...
Objection. It's not impossible for this trial to continue.
He's
We just have to do an
helping.
eensy-weensy bit of, amendment violation.
Oh, I ship it.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you...
Just the Fifth Amendment, Your Honor. Who cares? I mean, Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination. However, if we just ignore it, what is she gonna do? She doesn't have a gun. We have the guns. The bailiff's over there. If the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony.
Yes, that is very true, but...
Dylan, if a witness pleads the fifth, can you do shenanigans like this?
So, if a defendant pleads the fifth, he can just not testify at all about anything. He can't be called as a witness.
Oh yeah, makes sense.
Technically, in a criminal trial, if a witness is called to the stand. They can plead the fifth about things that would reasonably be incriminating or could be
So the
And
example,
so, if the witness ever is asked a question that they think they shouldn't be forced to answer, they can plead the fifth.
the example
so-
I remember being given in school
Yep.
was like if you were at a convenience store going to steal a candy bar and you witnessed a robber like pulling a gun out and robbing the cashier, right? And you're called to the witness stand to testify about what happened, and they ask you, so what were you doing in the convenience store? You can say, I plead the fifth, and then still answer other questions, like, is the man in the defendant's seat the person you saw pull the gun, you know, whatever. Like, you can do that. Does that make sense?
I mean, yeah, but what
Okay.
you're saying is true.
Yeah, so that's like what we're doing now.
Yeah.
Fancy.
What's gonna happen is, like, Adrian Andrews gonna be asked a question, and if she thinks it could incriminate her, she could just plead the fifth again.
Yeah, but she's gonna slip up because it's Ace Attorney, and then we're just gonna have the truth come out and spill.
Yeah. And actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about.
I have to buy Edgeworth dinner later, I guess.
Miss
With what
Andrews-
money?
True.
Edgeworth will pay for my dinner, and I will just
Oh,
make
God.
it nice.
When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice.
Which is
See,
still
we're
so
talking about the
fucking
juice,
weird.
not the body.
Yes, and
I can't help but think how unnatural it is.
Thank
This
you.
doesn't sound like it's something different. This does not sound like this is something different at all. Usually when one finds a body, they're shaken up. They scream. It cuts to the NCIS opening introduction, not stirring a glass of juice.
so my actions were unusual, but I've already...
Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect.
testify.
Tap. Your Honor, I would like to request that the witness testify again.
This is some shenanigans. Court shenanigans.
This
Ask
really
her what
is.
happened when she first discovered the victim's body. I assure you,
What?
whatever we find out in this testimony should in no way implicate the witness.
The
Unless, of course, she commits a skill issue. She wouldn't do something like that, would you, Miss Andrews?
The noise that came out of Dylan right there.
I'm not even sure what that was.
I'm impressed that he didn't
Yes, it was a
short
constipated
circuit.
whale noise. I understand.
I thought you were like drinking water, and I was ready for you to like short circuit and die because you like spit it out all over your
No.
computer.
You know what made it even funnier is my cat just slipped off the bed. So I got that noise in my headphones and I got a thump in the background. Like, what the hell's going on?
Poor kitty.
She's okay. She is sturdy.
Hang in there, kitty.
I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read off of him.
It's about his soul searching he found when he pretended to be dead for a year. That's what we're leading into right now. That's what the game did, right? So the game went, we need to have the Fifth Amendment because kids are learning about this now, and they're gonna be like, what do you mean you can't Fifth Amendment? And then they're also like, Edgeworth had some soul searching moment, so we have to have Edgeworth come and clutch over here on this end at this point.
Is he friend or foe? I just don't know.
The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please.
Your Honor, I invoke my right to the Fifth Amendment privilege of not being forced to testify against myself, because this is literally about the same thing again.
I'm too smart for that. I think that I can pull a fast one. So, I will testify. That glass of juice, I didn't really pour it for it myself.
You poured it for the dead body? What?
I was surprised when I walked into the room and saw it in that messy state. And Juan, he was sitting slumped over and looking tired in the corner. When I saw him sitting like that, I thought that he was dead. Oh, no, the thought that he was dead. The thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. To
Man,
be
this
honest,
Wait, the thought he was dead. Write that down! Write that down!
to be honest, I thought he had just fainted or something, so I went to pour him some juice. When I realized that he was dead, that's when I knocked the flower vase over.
Yeah, that's not what you said originally. Also, there was a knife sticking out of him.
He was slumped over. He had the hair. You couldn't see it. I don't
Your
know.
Honor.
His hair's
I
not
stabbed
that
him.
long.
Yeah, I stabbed him, but he was already dead, so it's not murder.
So you poured that glass of juice for the victim. Why didn't you say so in your earlier testimony?
Because it's definitely a lie. I didn't think I needed to include something so trivial.
Not trivial!
I trust her.
Oh, Phoenix, please be careful here. If you can't find anything wrong with this testimony, then there's nothing left.
I know. Edgeworth. What the heck is going on in that brain of yours? I'm kind of appreciative, but I don't know if my heart can take it right now.
Now then, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Boop-a-doop. I think that's fine. I don't really care about that.
Could it hurt to press?
They didn't yell at me this time, so... Hold it! So, it was a mess? Point! Are you sure it wasn't messy because of your fight with Senor Corrida? Phoenix.
Objection. I understand you're frustrated, especially about not being able to prove your theory. However, before you go accusing people of crimes, go find yourself some evidence.
Okay, so they're gonna yell at me, not actually. Ugh.
And then, what did you see? What did you see?
That got cut off real bad, Dylan.
And then, what did you see next, witness?
There we go.
Edgeworth.exe has stopped working.
He was sitting something over tired in the corner. That's what she's saying. I want to press this one. I thought the thought that he was dead didn't cross my mind. Jesus Christ, there's too many letters. Q. Hold it! Then what did cross your mind? I thought maybe he had smashed everything up in anger because he lost the Grand Prix. That's sussy.
Well, that's a visceral reaction.
Anger issues? Oh, okay. And then felt tired after his rampage, so he decided to take a nap, sitting upright in a chair instead of in a bed. Anyways,
I raged so hard I needed a nap.
All right,
that's
hear
what
me
I
out,
thought.
Here's what I think happened. The guy was actually killed by someone else, not Adrian Andrews. But then, Andrews, being cold and calculated, tried to frame
Matt
on
on
guard.
guard.
Yeah.
But why would she try to frame on guard?
I don't
What's
know.
the motive there?
Don't know.
Because I vibe, you know, except for motive.
I see. So you didn't think he was dead at all?
Not yet. I mean, this is like the same. Yeah, we did that. Okay, I think it's
Oh!
this. What? You want me to press
I'm
something?
just wondering. I'm wondering the sequence of events here because she says I knocked over the flower vase, but
We
first she
know-
would have had to set down the glass.
Yeah, but that's when she like realized he was dead. That happened at like the same time. Is what
Okay,
this is
okay.
saying. I don't think that's like a contradiction.
I'm just trying to keep the order of events in mind.
Her explanation, she came in, she was like, ah, little nappy boy, he must be tired, get him some juice. And got him some juice, and then went to, like, give it to him, or, like, turn from an angle, and then was like, oh, he's dead, puts down glass violently, knocks over, you know, vase.
She comes back and she's like, why did he sleep
does,
with that scarf around his neck so tight? Oh.
Well, the scarf isn't around the neck, but let's actually look at the crime photo, right?
Yeah, let's check that out again.
There's no way.
Come
Oh, the scarf is
on!
around his neck, isn't it? There's no way.
Yeah.
You could see the
She would
scarf,
also-
you could see the knife.
And the juice is like over here. See where the juice is? Like that's
That's
right
a
in
big
front of him.
button.
Yeah.
It's a what, Dylan?
That's a big button.
It is a big button, yeah. Cause it's more like an armor plate. It's not like a button.
Yeah.
They
that
keep
thing is
calling it a
huge.
button.
I
But
didn't
it's like-
realize that was the button they were
I
referring
know!
to.
Oh
you
yeah.
know.
Oh, I knew the
Right
whole
in your
time.
fist.
It's
What
his
That is
the
an
peck.
hell?
orb.
It's a peck button. It's a.
That's
it's
why
a
someone took it.
chest
They're
plate.
just sitting there pondering that orb.
Oh, there you go.
What the hell?
Okay, so what if we
Does he
present?
have a bow tie around his waist?
Yes, he does.
He
It's a
does
little
have a
bow.
bow tie.
That
I
is the
believe it's what's-
gayest thing.
I believe it's holding on the
Perfect.
side armor things. I feel like that's what's
God.
happening.
Yeah, she would have had to walk so close to pour that
So
juice.
I think we have
you can
to
see the damn knife. Like,
I
this
think
doesn't make
we
any
have to
sense.
present the photo that like how freaking could you have thought he was dead looking
Yeah,
at this
like-
scene? Like I think that's what we have to do.
Like, this is impressive that you didn't notice
That
that.
you didn't realize he was dead.
Listen. Some
Yeah.
people get hammered after work. Some people get knifed. It's just
Well,
Isn't
okay,
it the way
maybe
She
but
would
even
be fooled by Weekend at
Hold on,
Bernie's. She
hold on.
really would.
even if you didn't think he was dead right away, you definitely would have seen a knife sticking out of somebody and have
he
a
wasn't
like a
stabbed
concern.
until after she poured it.
So you think she stabbed him? But then she would have
Maybe.
had to bring the knife in already. Does that make
Wait,
sense?
this is what I'm talking about. She totally framed him, and she's the
But
one
she
who
would have had
stabbed
to
him.
know. But okay. Well, I like it. She would have had to know that Juan was
Why can't
going
she
to be
sneak back and
dead
forth?
because Lotta was there, and Lotta took her picture. Remember?
Yeah.
I guess. She can't
And
do the double
Miss
take,
Old
huh?
Miss Old Bag was there as well,
Little
right?
D-bag. Okay. Keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah. So crime photo. Present. Objection. So you honestly didn't think he was dead when you found him? No, not at all.
Oh,
Even
you're
though
full of
this
shit.
is what you saw when you discovered the body. Allegedly. Ah!
What is the meaning of this?
Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? There is a knife sticking straight out of Miss Carita's chest. Anyone
didn't
who
know
saw
he
this
was married.
scene. What? Did I
You
say
said miss.
You did say miss.
There was a knife sticking straight out of Senor Corrida's chest. Anyone who saw this scene would have immediately thought that there was a dead man, or at least an injured man, like a concerned man.
A man
Uh.
experiencing blood loss.
Pain.
That's,
Pain.
well, you see, what are you painting about, Dylan?
It's painful that she didn't just plead the fifth.
She was-
She thought she could worm her way out of this
See,
one.
now we
could
used
not.
her being too smart against her. Right, that was a trick, right? We were like, this is a smarty pants witness. Okay,
There's nothing
so
smart about a witness testifying when they should be pleading the fifth. That's
well,
the
exactly.
dumbest thing you could do.
So she was like, haha, I'm good, I'm gonna get it, and then idiot.
Nope.
We-
Surprise.
We solved the case, cracked the code. I doubt a single person in this world would mistake this for someone who fainted. And then so nonchalantly go pour something to drink.
Your point is?
Judge.
Miss Andrews, Your testimony just now, point! It was all one giant lie. I was trying not to incriminate myself, but protocols failed. And your lie has proven one thing very clearly. That you're at very least guilty of perjury.
Program not sus.
And
has
also that you are the real killer. Oh god. Oh.
I always feel so bad for her there.
No. I have no
Respawn.
emotions. I am a
Respawn.
void.
Fuck.
Recalculating.
Looks like the defense has somehow brought the ugly truth to light. The defendant, Mr. Matt Ungard, is not guilty after
Okay,
all.
we already proved that a long time ago. If this game was normal, it would have been easy peasy proving that Matt was not guilty. No. Bad, Parry. Bad.
What?
You know what we meant.
I don't.
That, but that's
Sure you-
impossible. You're wrong. Protocol dictates that you are incorrect. Incorrect.
Miss Andrews, try to have some composure.
What
This is
are you-
court, for goodness sake.
Didn't get was electrified? Fucking Von Karma had a fucking meltdown, the likes of which has never been topped nor can be topped. He exploded, he was ruined.
He had a fantastic
Literally
break.
everyone else.
This is going to be the case that breaks Dylan.
Dylan's
The only
about to
person who
go.
was more composed was Acro.
Acro is incredibly composed. He
Oh, yeah.
cried.
He was
He
like-
sobbed at the end. That was about it.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him.
We all felt bad
Turns
for
out
him.
You need
Like,
feeling
this
in your
is
legs to feel
not
the
fair.
pain of losing your son, I guess.
No, no.
Good God, man.
No bad goddess.
Oh God. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. I tell you,
I believe
it was Matt. I swear it. He's the one who killed Juan.
I believe her.
But you were the one who refused to testify. Point. And your reason for not doing so was that you might end up incriminating yourself, and yet you already have Fifth Amendment right waived. That's because
Miss Andrews,
Oh
I
my
will
God.
give you one last chance.
How many chances is she going to get?
What exactly are you hiding that may incriminate you?
Dylan, could in court the prosecution offer like immunity? Right? Could that be a thing? Could Edgeworth be like, I need like a 10-minute recess, and like go over to Andrews and be like, hey, if your
So,
thing is not
is,
yeah, go on.
is it possible for the prosecution to offer immunity? Yeah, they can do that. They have the power to do that. But they will not.
Well,
Like,
Edgeworth is
there has
supposed
to
to
be
be
a
a chill
specific-
guy now.
There has to be like a specific deal you make as a witness to get immunity. And
You're
usually you're pleading to something else. And so you're getting immunity for like the big thing, but you're pleading to something smaller.
your boyfriend's like best friend is going to die apparently, and he's looking at you with puppy dog eyes. That's why Edgeworth would
That would
offer
be-
immunity.
That would be some corruption.
Oh no, we can't have corrupt Edgeworth in the opposite direction.
Not again.
Ugh, pain. This game makes it difficult.
The judge. Well, what exactly is that Fifth Amendment Schmith Amendment doing here anyway?
Yeah, just
Let's
toss
just rip that out of the.
Oh, I've been reading that garbage again. Whoopsies. Lost it. Burned
Give
it
me
in
my
a fire.
copy of Gossipland back, thank you. This is better content.
More like Constitution, emphasis on the sham part of it.
Oh my god. I refuse to
Based.
testify.
Too fucking late, but based.
Well, she still hasn't technically incriminated herself yet, has she?
Then
She
there
said
is no
things.
need for this court to continue any further. Mr.
Oh.
Matt Ungard's innocence has been clearly demonstrated.
Oh, perfect. Great. Amazing.
Wait,
Now give us
I
back
wish that they
Maya.
applied. I wish they applied this standard in previous trials.
Yeah, in every previous trial, where, yes, my client is not guilty. That's the only thing I came here for. Forget the rest.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. I have to solve a case from 23 years ago.
Yeah.
All
Right, I'm
right.
not letting your client off the hook. In fact, I'm gonna hang the death penalty over their head until you can prove that this other person did it.
You know, we gotta raise those stakes. How do we know you care if we don't raise the stakes?
Right,
Yeah.
I will just kill your client. I'll just do it. I have
Just
a
do
gun
it right now.
here.
The
You
gavel
better
in
prove
hand.
Someone did the crime, or else.
You know, this is Occam Razor the court. If they didn't do it, who did? If you can't tell me that,
You've heard of
obviously they
Occam's
did
razor. Well, get ready for Occam's laser.
it. Oh god.
Because unless you can prove someone guilty of the crime in the next courtroom scene, I will have this laser slowly move across the courtroom and vaporize your client.
They hired
Miss
Miss
Old Bag
Oldbag
comes
with her
in,
ray
yeah.
gun.
With the ray gun. Taka, 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 taka. Is it over? Have we found the truth at last?
No.
What's wrong, Phoenix?
Usually... Well, usually the real killer confesses to his or her guilt.
In real life, it is not the case.
Yeah, I bet. And now that I think about it, this is the first time someone hasn't done that. Ooh. Is Phoenix having moral dilemmas now?
I think so.
Could you imagine? You're like a real prosecutor, you go through all of law school, and then like you try really hard to convict someone, and you get the conviction. And you convince 12 people in the jury that this guy did it beyond a reasonable doubt, beyond a single actual reasonable doubt in any of their minds, this person did it. And then the defendant's just like, nah. You're like, fuck! I've made a terrible mistake! Go back, Your Honor! Undo! I Control-Z this trial!
The whole trial. Oh
This
my
entire
God.
thing wasn't to get a conviction. It was to break on the stand and give me satisfaction. Your Honor, I am a sociopath.
Jesus.
Damon Gant, quote unquote.
No, Von Karma.
Okay, true.
Absolutely.
Now then, I would like to hand down my verdict for Mr. Matt Ungard.
Yes, please. It's not guilty.
Mm. Based as fuck. Your Honor.
No, not this as fuck,
what?
because all I fucking need to do is prove Matt Ungard not guilty.
Sorry.
I don't give them
Hold
shits
the
about
phone.
Andrews.
I don't care.
Hold the radio transceiver.
The prosecution feels that it would be premature to pass down a verdict at this time.
How long is this trial?
Too fucking long.
Technically, it's just been one day. Just a very long one.
What?
The reason is quite simple.
Is
I want
it?
to see my family again.
Your Honor, family, you're too old. The witness has yet to speak the absolute real truth.
There's a reason that Edgeworth and Phoenix are single, because they know that they have no social life outside of this fucking thing.
I mean, Phoenix did go to the circus.
That is true.
The absolute real truth. What are you?
She's still holding on to those vestiges of that pesky Fifth Amendment.
Oh,
We have
God.
to keep pestering her, and eventually she'll talk.
Huh? What's the point of the Fifth Amendment if you're not going to respect it?
No, chat is right. Ori, maybe you should drop the robot bit now that she's crying.
It's like, I don't know what she would be crying voice, though.
No, it
Imagine
would be
the
like
computer.
Karen from SpongeBob.
Alright.
Cry,
I was literally about to say.
sob, cry.
No. It wouldn't be like that. It'd be like the voice actress who plays Karen, where they're just like, and scene, and she's like, thanks guys, that was fine. And then like, you know what, Karen, you kind of sucked that day. You want to try again and do it better? And she's like, oh shit, guys, what the hell? That voice. She's not a robot. It's the real person, but
Okay,
she's sad.
okay, I'm gonna try. We'll try.
Interesting.
I don't know who planted this silly idea in your head, but the Constitution doesn't matter here. We're in a video game. Oh my god, he's actually doing it! No! Oh my god! It was just a meme, but it's real. But as long as you, quote unquote, protect yourself through your silence, through your refusal to testimony, Matt on guard will go free. And in his place, Tab, you will become the guilty party.
That's the part that is weird. That's a lie. I don't believe you.
I literally have a detective on speed dial.
I was told if I spoke, then it would be all over, and Matt would never be declared guilty. What in the world is she talking about? Has she lost it? I can't speak about it. I'm too scared.
It's D-Killer.
Or it's the whip.
Francisca von Karma.
It's the killer.
You're right, because she does have his card, doesn't she?
She
but
does.
he wants Matt to be not guilty, so why would he make it so that she wasn't guilty?
I think she literally wanted her to testify and give it with a bunch of contradictions and shit. And then she just said there, if she were to speak, Matt on guard would never be found guilty. And so that was her plan. She wanted to set him up for the not guilty.
But if the killer is who she's scared of, the killer is the one who was like, you need Matt on guard to be not guilty. Does that make sense?
I know.
Maybe
that
she
doesn't make
didn't think
sense.
she'd be like taking
Why
his
not?
place.
Because if she
Didn't wanna
says
take
her
his place.
testimony, then
Yeah.
Matt on guard would immediately be not guilty, which is what the killer wants. So she can't be afraid of the killer if she's not
She's
testifying the
afraid
part.
of the new shit, because this other shit that she hasn't said yet, that's the spooky stuff that incriminates her on something
Okay.
else, maybe?
Uh-huh.
Don't you remember, Phoenix? Miss Andrews lives by gripping tightly onto the words of another.
Oh, she's dependent on Von Karma or something?
Because she
No.
doesn't have the strength to believe in herself.
Then right now, Miss Andrews is...
Yesterday, she was tossed a lifesaver by Miss Von Karma. Don't say a word, no matter what happens. If you do, Matt Ungard will be acquitted.
But this is what we want!
Miss Andrews undyingly believes in those words right now, and is clinging on to them.
Then what should we do? This is the first time I've ever come across anything like this. It's weird. Interpersonal connections, what the hell are those? But it's not like that's what I'm doing right now, but Miss Andrews has to be the killer, right? No. All we have to do now is get our not guilty. That is my only priority. I don't give a damn who stands in my way.
Based defense attorney pilled.
It wasn't me. I'm begging you, please believe me. I didn't kill Juan. Help, please. Someone, help me.
Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court can't continue on like this. Therefore, I'd like to hear what you intend to do.
What I intend to do? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say?
Right. I suggest you think very carefully about this. Think about what this witness did, and what she did not do. And think about who is the real mastermind behind this crime.
Yeah, really, Phoenix. Would you not have thought that it was the killer the whole time? I mean...
Yeah, please.
We're back all the way around. The real killer, the real person,
Ooh, it only
Yeah.
took 3 hours to get there!
the
who's-
real person
We
who's
took the
responsible
scenic
is
route.
Matt on guard.
Oh,
And
no.
the real killer is D-Killer. But it was a hitman.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's the real mastermind? Isn't it obvious? There's no one else could be except the woman crying over there. Right? She had a breakdown. That's how it works.
Come now. What will you do? What kind of man are you, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, this is definitely, I'm
This
gonna
feels
save.
50-50.
Yeah, we're gonna save. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna save.
I don't like
We're gonna
this.
save. We're gonna save. Back. Okay. Request not guilty verdict in this game means that Andrews is guilty, right? So we have to keep that in mind. So if we say request
Yeah.
a not guilty
Well, yeah.
verdict, that immediately puts her in jail as the killer. So I think that the game, the way that Edgeworth is so sultrily speaking to me right now, is that I have to say that I have to force Andrews to testify.
Whispering in your ear, as
Yeah.
it were.
Just stroking my
Mr.
own
Wright,
ego.
I could never possibly get away with violating the Fifth Amendment so flagrantly. That's why I need you to do so.
Oh, and the praise, so I think we have to force Andrews to testify. Yeah? That's where it's
I
leading
think
me.
so.
If you're like a really good defense attorney, requesting not guilty verdict is the way to go.
But the whole point of the game is that Phoenix is not a really good defense attorney
That's
in the
so
sense
true.
of that.
That's right, you need to choose for him to testify.
I need
out of
to
principle.
force to testify.
Out of principle.
Out of principle.
Fuck you, fuck the Fifth Amendment, fuck everything.
We're going. Force Andrews to testify. I have to win a complete acquittal today. There's no way around that. But my morals, I can't bring myself to do it like this. Not when she's making a face like that. She reminds me of how Maya's probably crying right now. Tap! Miss Andrews! Point! I would like to know what you're really hiding.
Mr. Wright, are you sure you know what you're doing?
No! Not at all!
He's taking after my lead, Your Honor. He's tearing up that pesky little Fifth Amendment.
Oh, we
Sure.
didn't need that anyway.
Mr. Engard would get an acquittal, but in his place, you would be found guilty. Is this how you really want this trial to end? I want the actual guilty person, not just anybody. Be quiet. How
this.
dare you? You're trying to trick me.
Trick you into not being thrown in jail for the rest of your life.
That's enough.
Remember, she's kind of blinded by Von Karma's manipulation, in the sense of that Von Karma didn't do a very good manipulation, she's just very easily manipulated. Von Karma did the gaslight gatekeep girl boss right now. From the freaking hospital bed, lying with a bullet wound.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
Oh,
I commend you for trying, Mr. Edgeworth.
I was like, I didn't think you said that one.
However, it's clear that the defense's theory is the truth.
You're wrong. My smug man.
What a shame.
Huh?
I had hoped things wouldn't come to this. However,
What is it, Mr. Edgeworth?
You've fallen into my trap card.
well, we have this empty jail cell waiting for a body. Miss Andrews, since you absolutely refuse to testify, it falls on my shoulders to disclose this to the court.
Oh.
Stop.
he's going there.
Oh god.
Mr. Edgeworth.
This is too much of a bop. Jesus.
Tap, this witness, how should I put this? She has an illness.
What?
Because of this illness. Whoa.
Yep, we're
She's
just...
Woo!
Alt F4 on multiple occasions.
Damn.
We are going there.
Stop. Please stop.
No matter how much you want to hide it, it's no use. I have the evidence right here.
Okay, I'm glad Edgeworth is doing this and not us. It would have felt horrible.
That's the second part of the unalive report. The attempted exiting of life report.
The funniest thing about this is that she literally said she would rather die than have people find this out.
Oh my god, you're right.
So what will you do now, Witness? Will you
Oh,
succeed
yeah.
this time?
Oh no!
Oh my god!
You know what I'm about to do, don't you? Tap. I will now reveal to the court the true nature of the pitiful woman known as Adrian Andrews.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Edgeworth, maybe you didn't do too much soul searching in
Yeah,
the time you were
Jesus
away.
Christ, what the hell?
Jeez!
I
The
did some
secret-
soul searching through the refuse bin, and I found this sorry excuse for one.
I found this absolute dumpster fire.
Coming for her.
He keeps flip-flopping though. There's moments of like, wow, I see the Edgeworth shining through, the man that we all want him to be, and then he's just like, nah, twist the fucking knife, like,
And then
let's
he
go.
just bit, and I'm
And
like,
it's like,
what the
what?
hell?
Where did your fangs come from? Jesus Christ.
He's keeping us on our toes.
Bit of
I
a
mean-
shit Pringle, not gonna lie.
Is what?
Bit of a shit Pringle, not gonna lie.
The lines
am
that
so
we keep
using that.
saying of the friend or foe just really, really do come through.
They
The
do.
secret of her dependent nature. Having other people know about it scares her more than anything in the world. Edgeworth is really mansplain manipulate manager right now. Please, please stop. I beg you, if people find out, I'll...
Objection. We both know you can't do that. You've tried your best. But if you're going to say you would choose death, that is of no concern to me.
You're one to talk,
Yeah.
Edgeworth!
Uh.
You literally said Prosecutor Edgeworth chooses death.
Literally, Edgeworth, how can you be so cold?
Hey, I'm living proof that choosing death doesn't mean shit.
This is very true.
However, before you die,
What is happening?
and seeing your track record, that's a bit dubious at best.
Oh my god.
Snap. I will pull the truth from your still breathing lips.
Edgeworth!
God!
Who? Edgeworth, did you go to another spirit medium and, like, talk with the soul of Manfred von Karman? Because Jesus fucking Christ, what has happened?
Edgeworth bipolar?
No matter what I have to do,
He's so manipulative, like, in a
I-
weird way.
I was so ready to take him back.
God, I can't believe this guy is just bullying the shit out of this
It's
girl.
just so much.
Elizabeth, He's tried her best. She's crying. She's being accused of something that she didn't actually do. And Edgeworth, in his mind, I guess, is like, this is for your own good, but in reality, it's just like, so will you tell the court yourself?
Being a dick.
Or shall I? Either is fine with me.
He's living up to the voice, there's no doubt there.
Oh yeah.
I'll talk. But please help me. Ooh.
Listen, I do have that knife.
Nothing matters anymore. Ooh. She's so sad.
Grime. Jeez.
Second saddest looking, like, Acro's
That's
breakdown
real
also
sad.
hurt. Like, damn, this
Ugh.
is pain.
What a terrible time for a new first-time chat. I'm so sorry.
Oh, hi, welcome.
Perot.
Welcome,
Yeah,
and this is the
Welcome
status
to
code,
chaos.
Biggest oof, yeah.
Biggest oof indeed.
When I first saw him, I really thought he had fainted. Honest. When I realized he was dead,
Jeez.
that's when I formulated my plan.
To frame.
Once I made sure there was no
Based!
one in the hallway, I made a dash back to Matt's room. Dylan fucking vindicated, Jesus Christ. Boss is the vindicated sheep. There you go. And then I stabbed Juan's dead body with the knife, and I ripped off the button. Just when I had finished and was returning to Matt's room, I had a bit of an inconvenience. And that's why I ended up using the nickel samurai costume.
Press the inconvenience.
Oh, we're gonna press everything, Jesus.
Stab the body with a knife, but why would you do that?
Okay, Judge, please.
I'm telling you, elevator music. It's all elevator music, unless he is
So true.
talking about the Fifth Amendment.
Solely the Fifth Amendment.
That is just guilty, 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 guilty. Right?
Literally. Oh god, Jesus. Isn't it obvious? To pin the blame on a certain person. A certain cowardly man. I'm one to talk.
All right.
Well, what do you mean by all of this?
It may take this court a little while to understand, but that's nothing new, Your Honor.
Literally, Ezra's just fucking, yeah, we're all stupid here.
Edward's
such
just
an
like,
error.
yep,
But this is the
another day,
truth.
another dollar.
Oh my god. The real killer is Matt. That scumbag of a man. I'll never forgive him. Not Himbo. He's trying to escape his guilt again, just like last time.
Last time?
Ugh.
So, Miss Andrews stabbed the victim, Juan Carita, in the chest with a knife. However, she didn't do it with murder in mind. Now listen, I like to win the game of risk as much as anyone else, but she did it with the intent of framing Matt on guard for the murder.
Which is also
Okay, but
illegal.
if he already did the murder, then
And this is her crime. And I don't know why that's in quotation marks. That's a crime.
What? How is this possible? Hey, it means that Matt on guard is going to be free. I mean, wasn't Miss Andrews supposed to be the real murderer? Well, I obviously didn't believe that because I told her to testify anyway.
Mr. Wright, please get over your shock and commence the cross-examination.
Alright, jeez. Can I get a moment?
No, you're not allowed a moment. We have been in this court for many moments.
I mean, do we want to press this?
I
don't-
believe that.
Yeah, it's good. When I realized he was dead. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
straightforward.
Oh, I was gonna press it.
Or not.
What is this plan you had? I knew right away the murderer was Matt. Ooh, how? Because I knew Juan. He was going to expose Matt's weakest weak point to the world. So Matt
Advanced
did
weak
this
point.
to stop Juan and silence him for good. That's when I thought I should forge some evidence and pin this crime on Matt. Wouldn't it have already been on him
But
if he did it, though?
would have already been his crime.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, maybe he did a really good job of covering his tracks, so she went to put some tracks there, you know?
Oh, make it some more obvious.
Yeah, like Matt's in there and he's just like, hold on a sec, I have to call up a real criminal and find out how to do this. And he's just like, you guys got one on speed dial. I was like, yeah? And then what do I do?
Wikipedia, how to commit a crime.
Can I wipe my fingerprints
Don't
off
Google
it?
that.
Yeah, okay,
Disclaimer.
got it. And then he does it, and then she's like, this motherfucker. And then she goes and she, like, remakes all the steps.
Oh my god, amazing.
So, the forged pieces of evidence were the knife and the button.
The first thing that came to mind was to plant the knife. Yeah, I mean, we know this. So she planted the knife
Yeah.
because she grabbed the knife and she did whatever. And then, yeah, I mean, this all makes
Okay,
sense.
that's straightforward.
Finished just turning Matt's room. This.
Okay, what's the inconvenience?
Yep.
I want to
Hold
know
it.
that.
An inconvenience. There was
Lotta.
a woman with a camera at the ready, loitering in the hallway. I'm willing to bet my spikes it was Lotta. Okay.
God,
There
imagine
was-
losing your spike in a bet.
Yeah, he has to shave his head. There was also a woman with a ray gun at the ready, pacing back and forth. That's Miss Old Bag for you. I had already been caught and made into a big scoop for a certain weekly tabloid once. So I couldn't very well go out looking like myself and get caught again.
That's when she put on the costume.
Okay. I mean, I feel like a lot of this is like we just want to press a lot of it. Like, that's what the game... Like, I don't know what else we would present. I'm just gonna press them all.
Go for it.
So we did... I'm just gonna start at the beginning. So we press this one. Hold it! Tap! But you could tell from the state of the room was... But you could tell from the state the room was in that there must have been a fight. Are you telling the truth when you say that you did not know he was dead? He had a scarf tied around his neck, but that scarf is part of the Jammin' Ninja's costume, so I didn't think anything about it was strange.
Alright, I'll give her that.
His head was also tilted down a bit, so I couldn't really see his face that well, and why I thought I'd wake him up and went to pour the juice. And I realized he was dead. We did that one. We didn't press this one. Hold it! That was so you could get the knife, correct? The knife Matt used at dinner had his fingerprints all over it. I thought if I used that, then the police would certainly turn their eyes towards him.
And they did.
Matt was napping with his costume on at the time. I slipped in, and took the knife, and returned to the scene of the crime. You're laughing at how derpy he looks?
I'm laughing at the face she's making. It's
Oh.
reminding me of Emma taking notes.
It does. It is reminiscent of that. I can see what you're saying.
Honestly, I see her more as like disgruntled mom. Like, ugh, gotta get my
He's
teenager up
sleeping
for
again.
school.
So, you were the one to stab the victim with that knife. It gives me goosebumps to think about it now. What a horrible thing I did. But at the time, I couldn't control my own body. It moved on its own.
I know a lot of final case people say that.
Then, when I stabbed Juan's dead body, I suddenly realized something. If I used the button somehow, I could make Matt look even more suspect.
So, you thought to rip one of the buttons off and then plant it in Mr. Unguard's Sakama.
For the button being that big, that's impressive he didn't notice.
He's a himbo. He's a himbo. If he thought that hard about anything, I'd be
He's
impressed.
a himbo. He's not blind. Maybe.
Yes, that's what I had planned to do. But things never go that smoothly, do they?
Yes, normally I get caught before I stab them.
We did that. And then we'll press this, and then we pressed it all. Hold it! Point! You were the one who prepared that costume, weren't you? Yes, I took it from Global Studios. I also put it into Juan's guitar case the day before the award ceremony.
You did this in preparation for the press conference, correct?
Yes, Juan wanted to wear that costume and hold a press conference in it. He was going to disclose Matt's big secret there.
And what is this secret?
I want to know the secret. That... I don't know. It died with Juan. Anyway, I thought that if I were to leave Juan's room in the Nickel Samurai costume, then people would think that Matt was the real murderer. I was very careful not to leave any fingerprints when I opened the guitar case. I absolutely did not want anyone to know about the costume.
I think we've heard enough. So, after that, you went back to Mr. Unguard's room and planted the button.
Into Matt's Hakama? Yes. After that, I folded up the costume I was wearing and put it into a bag. Then, I snuck out of the hotel and got rid of it.
My word. What does all this mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, is it?
To my friends.
Then what are you to enemies? Or
I was about to
acquaintances
say,
and
what does
strangers?
everyone else call you?
The real criminal is Matt Ungard. Yesterday, that woman prosecutor sat me down for a talk. Franziska, huh? She said I should under no circumstances confess to what I had done. That if I just kept quiet, then Matt would be found guilty for sure.
Oh.
I had no choice but to believe in her words. See, I told you, Dylan. You were mixing it up.
In my mind, there was a not before that guilty.
Yeah, no. Oh, God.
Well, boy, did you bet on the wrong horse.
Oh, my God.
What this witness has done is clearly unlawful.
One might even say incriminating.
Yes, that
fact-
too.
In fact, I'll say it.
Oh, my God.
You are perfectly free to, Mr. Edgeworth. However,
Incriminating.
as long as her testimony stands, we can be certain she is not the real killer.
But we can also make Matt Ungard not guilty. Tap! Well, wait, Your Honor! The defense still...
Objection. Right. It's pointless. At this point in time, it is not possible to indict Miss Andrews on anything. Well, except for the thing she incriminated herself for, and the judge just said it was unlawful. But besides that little thing.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. There isn't a single piece of evidence that points to her as the murderer.
Yeah. it's
Neither
just
is
a
there for
murder,
Ungard! Both not
Yeah,
guilty.
there's a bunch of evidence that she forged that points to Ungard.
But that doesn't matter. Throw it out.
The cross-examination of this witness is over, and so is today's trial.
Oh. Ay.
You couldn't establish that the witness was the culprit. Please let it go, Mr. Wright.
Tap! But... Oof.
Mr. Edgeworth, please place Miss Andrews under arrest for further questioning.
At least it won't be the death penalty.
Yeah, this is one of those criminating that you put yourself in, Miss Andrews. Understood, Your Honor. The prosecution will arrange for her detention immediately.
Wait, what? I thought
Yes,
this was
sorry.
supposed to clear me.
That is all. Court is adjourned for today.
Please tell me we didn't just go through that half hour for no reason.
I don't...
You did.
No,
That's
you're gonna
fair.
tell me this is
Fair.
the bad ending?
Yeah,
Oh!
That doesn't look good.
This doesn't look good! Today's trial is over! Did we fucking choose the wrong 50-50? Did we choose the wrong 50-50?
And did that 50-50 last a
No.
half hour?
No, it wouldn't. It would absolutely not.
I don't know.
Yeah, apparently, as chat says, evidence tampering, that is one of the joke crimes, so it doesn't actually count.
And I didn't win an acquittal! My,
Witness, would you mind if I asked you something?
Edgeworth?
The alertness.
What is it?
Before you leave court today, I wondered if I might look at that one thing.
The card.
The card in your hand. It's had my interest for quite some time now. What exactly is it?
Oh, this? Mr. Wright also asked about this. Although I didn't remember at the time you asked me about it, Mr. Wright. I
Because of
remembered
course.
just now. I found this in the room on that day. The room.
I'm a little sad that you got to say the room, because I would have made a joke about it. That day.
Okay,
I
say
was
the
getting
room, and
ready
I'll
to
say
make
that
a
day.
joke. The room where it happened.
I don't think that was Dylan's joke.
Tell me why so's the room.
Oh.
Top
That day!
tier.
Yes. Yeah, see, there it was on the table. I pointed that out before. Right there. Boo boo boo. I found this card
boo is
when I
right.
discovered Juan's body. It was lying there, right next to him.
What might say a calling card?
Yeah. You found that card next to the victim's body. I suppose I must have unconsciously slipped it into my pocket. But it's not as if this card has any relevance to Juan's murder, right?
I'm
Idiot.
going to
Phoenix,
scream.
right.
Yeah, I guess not. But it's still a strange card if you ask me. Phoenix.
Phoenix!
Please. Phoenix, please.
Listen, the judge left the courtroom. There has to be at least one dumb fuck in the courtroom at all times. So Phoenix is taking up the mantle.
And sometimes that just happens to be the main character.
Yeah.
But as far as a clue to this case, I don't see why. Oh,
Hold it. Witness, that card. Give it to me. Hurry.
Francisca had one when
Did
she was
she?
shot. I bet Edgeworth recognized it.
Yeah. Do you have any
Or not.
idea what you have stupidly, yet inadvertently done?
oh my god.
Tap, this. I can't believe you hid this from me all this time.
She wasn't exactly hiding it.
I didn't mean to.
That's true. She was literally holding it in front of her fucking face the whole trial.
Yeah.
What is this all about?
I've never seen Edgeworth so emotional before, and he thought he killed his own fucking dad. Damn.
Yeah, watching him in that flashback bawling, it didn't even seem half as much as this.
That card. What in the world is it? And what does it mean?
I think we settled on.
Oh,
Yeah.
it wasn't
That's
a
where we're
bad
gonna have to
ending.
end. But that's where we're gonna have to end it.
Damn.
I think we settled on it being a slow poke into Naruto.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah,
The hidden shell clan symbol.
true. Edgeworth does need glasses.
He doesn't close. He'll get
will
them.
get them.
Yeah.
What?
We are waiting and counting down the
cliffhanger.
days.
I know. We have to. No, exit! Exit! Let me exit! Let me exit! Okay.
Called Alt F4.
Yes. Beautiful.
Dang.
Yes. So,
Whew.
guys, thank you all for
I
coming.
am
We
broken.
do have an announcement, and I'm very sorry that this cliffhanger is going to be an extended
Or-
one.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the
no.
reason for that is, as we talked about, Dylan bar exam lore. Dylan is currently studying to take the bar exam to be an actual full-fledged, entire, 100% certified Angus beef lawyer. And
Okay.
And
Actually,
unfortunately-
Casey was part of the ceremony.
and so, yeah, he's going to be unavailable for the next 2 months, for all of June and July. Now, we are not going to be stopping stream. Mars and I will still be streaming with maybe a guest or two, but mostly just us for that period of time. Other indie games that are said to be like Ace Attorney. Literally, we looked up
You know, we
other
literally
games
just
like
went
Ace
to
Attorney,
the recommendations section,
and, yeah,
and this is what
the
it gave
internet was
us.
like, you might like these, and we went, cool. So we will be playing those.
Yes.
So there will still be content. There
It'll
will
be a
still
fun time.
be
We got great art styles.
there will
so-
still be your classic Ace Attorney videos twice a week, every week. Those will not end. It's close. Yeah, exactly.
It took the gang like weeks to finish the trial.
Yeah, goodness gracious. But yeah, so we will have to do the second half of this case, of this turnabout, after Dylan gets back. But
Yes.
You will
And
still get your
remember
Ace
all our
Attorney content.
voices.
Oh, the voice! I'm least worried about the voices. I'm more worried. I'm more glad we did the trial because now we get new evidence and shit, so we don't have to like remember the evidence that we
Yeah, we can
found.
just forget it all.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
can strategically empty all of our current memory banks so that we have full memory banks ready to be.
Exactly. To use that high
Yeah.
thing.
Ready to have some. memory
Exactly,
footage.
Lakitu. We have horrible, terrible sleep as Maya's uncertain safety looms in the back of our mind, and that image of Pearl crying haunts us
Yeah.
for the next 2 months.
Crying for her sister.
But yeah, so we hope you guys will still
Good
turn out
imagery.
for our other games. They should be fun. More silly voices. Hopefully you're not here only for Dylan. I won't blame you, I guess, but it would make me sad.
Damn. Do we have anyone only here for Dylan and
Only
chat?
here for Dylan in chat. Only Dylaners in chat. Wow,
Whoa,
Parry.
look at that. Oh shit, we got one.
Yeah, I
Damn,
guess
look
you're
at
right.
him.
Come on.
We won't be seeing Parry at all either. He's a Dylan only stan. So, alright, guys. Yes, wish Dylan luck. Everybody wish Dylan luck.
Yes.
Thank you very much, guys.
Enthuse
He's got
betraying
this.
us.
We all believe in him.
Alrighty. And with that, guys, thanks for hanging out. New Ace Attorney video came out today. If you didn't see it, we will be streaming classic Jackbox
Jackbox.
Party Pack
Jackbox.
and Comic
There
Corner
you
on
go.
Thursday. Hope you tune in.
Yay!
Otherwise, have a nice week, guys, and we'll see you all hopefully next Tuesday for fun other games. Good night.
Yes. Good night, all.
Good night.
Thanks for hanging.